Pat Buchanan wrote an article for WorldNet Daily, which is a fringe right-wing website, and he talked about Russia. And at this point, there is no doubt in my mind that if a left-winger decided to praise Putin as vociferously as Pat Buchanan did, Fox News, the building would blow up from the outrage that would be oozing from all of their pores. I mean, it would be unreal how loud they would crow about it. So I want to give you some parts of his article here because of just how bad the Putin blowjob is, and also how weak the argument is. He says, quote, "With Marxism-Leninism a dead faith, Putin is saying the new ideological struggle is between a debauched West, led by the United States, and a traditionalist world Russia would be proud to lead." Really? Traditionalist? Okay, let's continue. "In the new war of beliefs, Putin is saying it is Russia that is on God's side. The West is Gomorrah. Putin is entering a claim that Moscow is the godly city of today and command post of the counter-reformation against the new paganism." Really? Are you fucking talking about paganism? Who talks about paganism? He continues, "He is also tapping into the worldwide revulsion of and resistance to the sewage of a hedonistic, secular, and social revolution coming out of the West. In the culture war for the future of mankind, Putin is planting Russia's flag firmly on the side of traditional Christianity. His recent speeches carry echoes of John Paul II, whose Evangelium Vitae in 1995, which is a speech, excoriated the West for its embrace of a culture of death. What did Pope John Paul mean by moral crimes? The West's capitulation to a sexual revolution of easy divorce, rampant promiscuity, ew, gross, pornography, yeah, ban that, that's terrible, homosexuality, feminism, abortion, same-sex marriage, euthanasia, assisted suicide, which is the same thing, the displacement of Christian values, and the displacement of Christian values by Hollywood values." Yeah, Pat, you go tell him, big guy. You tell him how much you hate America and love Vladimir Putin's Russia. But don't get him wrong. You know, he's totally patriotic. The irony of that, I'm sure, will not land with him. But, I mean, look at the arguments he's making. First of all, he's basically saying we need to stop easy divorce. Okay, so what do you want to do? Ban divorce? Is that what you want to do? You want to make it harder for people to divorce? What happened to small government? I thought you're a conservative Republican who believes in small government, but you're talking about how easy divorce is a bad thing. So what do you want to do? You want to make it harder? But that requires bigger government. Or do you want to ban it? That requires the biggest government imaginable, telling people what they can and cannot do. That's the opposite of freedom. You know, homosexuality. Yeah, homosexuality is so bad. What do you want to do? Ban that? Is that what you want to do? Guess what, Pat? There have been gay people throughout all of human history. Just some cultures pretend like they don't exist and are brutally repressive against them, and others say, you know what, let's be less repressive. But you want to be more repressive. Okay, thank you for letting us know where you fall. Feminism being terrible? Yeah, equal pay is disgusting, isn't it? Same-sex marriage, the same thing. He's angry at the same things. Euthanasia? So you're against people, somebody who has terminal cancer, is in excruciating pain, and is screaming that they want to die, and their family agrees with them, and they're of sound mind, they're just in a lot of pain, and they can't take it anymore. You want to step in and tell them that they can't kill themselves? Just to go away in a comfortable way, you know, where there's a doctor who administers it. You would rather have a country where we tell, no, sit there and fucking suffer. Like, he's admitting that he's an idiot on all these issues as he's arrogantly acting like it is, you know, Vladimir Putin has it nailed, people. Yeah, Vladimir Putin's Russia, a bastion of Christianity. Because I don't know if you know this, Vladimir Putin's Russia, they treat the poor so well over there, man. Like when they bulldozed all of their houses in order to set up the Olympic Games. Yeah, that's Jesus would have done that too. Jesus, what did it say in Matthew 24? Embrace thine bulldozer as it runs over your house, you poor fuck. Right, that's what he said. Vladimir Putin's Russia is incredibly repressive against the poor, the sick, the downtrodden, gay people. I mean, it's an authoritarian regime, and it sucks. And this guy's praising him. Would Jesus have taken Crimea? Is that what Jesus would have done? I mean, it's gross to read this piece, man. And pornography. He's railing against pornography. Who does that? Who rails against pornography? Oh, Pat Buchanan, you've never masturbated? You've never looked at pornography? Please, spare me, son. Everybody masturbates. You know how there's that kid's book, Everybody Poops? There should be another one for kids that are older when you hit puberty. Here, read this, little Timmy. Everybody masturbates. Oh, good, Pa. Now I don't feel so bad about myself. But Pat Buchanan's like, no, ban pornography. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, it's the denial of reality that's so annoying about these conservatives. And I don't know how else to put this, but what we're looking at here is a guy who has totally misinterpreted and misrepresented what Christianity is at its best. The overwhelming majority of what Jesus talks about is caring for the poor, the sick, and the downtrodden. But he puts all that aside and says, no, I'm going to embrace Russia because they hate gays. Meanwhile, what did Jesus say about gay people? Crickets. He didn't say anything. All the gay hatred is in the Old Testament, in Leviticus, where other ridiculous things are that Pat Robertson doesn't pay any attention to. So he misrepresents and misunderstands his own faith, and the things he's arguing against are things that in the rational world in 2014, nobody's against. You know, I will proudly admit that I am in favor of, I'm pro-divorce. If you want to get it, it's none of my business. I'm pro-promiscuity. If you want to have sex, go right ahead. I'm pro-pornography. I'm pro-homosexuality. I'm pro-feminism. I'm fine with abortion. I'm fine with euthanasia. And honestly, man, if those aren't the values that you embrace, well, you're not with the majority of Americans, because the majority of Americans do embrace those values.